That was a perfect starter. I picked that and I forgot that was the music.
That was so good.
That
Oh
is
my
good.
gosh.
That's a good reminder of some of the fun things we've been up to. Happy July, Becky.
Happy July. Happy July 4th weekend.
Oh,
Happy birthday, USA.
I know, right? We've done so much work to get to this weekend, and I don't even know that it's a culmination, but as an organization, we've kind of come up to this, and it's really cool to see all of the celebrations that have been planned and some of the great things that are happening. It's even somewhat worth watching some of the news right now to see some of the celebrations that are planned across the country that are going on to celebrate 250.
Absolutely. I mean, and you've got I don't know if we have soccer fans out there, but the
Yeah.
FIFA World Cup is being hosted by the US this year, and that's been, really cool. I'm not a big follower, but I've enjoyed kind of, tuning into some of the USA games, and again, it's just nice to see that positivity and throughout the country and that excitement. So big weekend
Yeah.
this weekend.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that you and I have worked really hard in building this organization is the coming together, right? And you're seeing it you're seeing it highlighted in so many places. I've gotten to see some really cool drone shows that come together, but you're seeing people truly come together. And I think we have always said, hey, we're building that here in this small pocket and we'll contribute it in this small pocket. But it really is magnified over the last few weeks, I think, coming up to July 4th, but now we're really seeing it. And FIFA's done a good job. And of course, winning does not make that difficult. But
Yeah.
like we were at a big car show last weekend or car auction. It was everywhere, getting to celebrate Jill Burke as she's done this amazing Star Spangled Banner kind of march to success.
Mm-hmm.
And, you're just really seeing people celebrate this country in a way that has been difficult to find, I think, recently.
Yeah, I agree. That coming together piece is something that all sides of politics, all sides of the US can agree we needed more of.
Yeah, it's really cool. Well, Jean did a great job on a new blog that got posted today. And God love this woman. She's camping with Boy Scouts in a somewhat primitive environment this weekend and still got a blog out. So make sure you go check out Jean's blog. She has been somewhat reluctant to show her face on that blog. But for those of you who don't know Jean, she's on our executive board. She is the wife of a vet herself and the daughter of a veteran. Her dad is interred at Ohio Western, and we're always super appreciative for the input. And she's a founding member, and whatever. So you can usually find Jean hiding in the background. She doesn't always want her face shown, but she's always instrumental in getting our events going and holding me to task when my brain is starting to go off in other places. So, that blog was really great. And good morning, Renee. And so she got on and wrote that blog this morning about being a servant leader in not just Ohio Western Reserve Ladies, but scouting and all the other places that she chooses to put her energy. So get on there and welcome her to her new blogging career.
I love it. She did a great job.
Yeah. So, all right. So we've got some updates. We've got some big things happening. The summer months are always busy for us, but we've got some fun things happening as always. There's never a dull moment. I bet you feel like there's never a dull moment with us.
No, every time I think like, one of our big, Piston Power Show was such a focus and
Yeah.
we got through that and it just rolls right into the what's next. So
Yeah,
we've got some
right.
In-person training coming up next week. Yeah.
Yeah, so Megan's going to get out to the cemetery and do some in-person training. There will be a small change. If you had this on your calendar, she was going to start this at 11:30, but we're going to start at 9:30. The weather is hot. It's a little bit easier to get this started. So if you have this planned for July 11th, which happens to be my mother's birthday, we are going to start at 9:30. She does these at Shelter 3. So again, come into the cemetery, get to the main flagpole, turn left. and you'll find Megan. You do need to RSVP for these trainings. So when you get on our events page, you'll scroll down and you'll go to the Sign Up Genius and let them know that you're coming to in-person training. Some of our existing Salute team members, usually one or two of them, shows up so that you can ask some additional questions. But this is your opportunity to get into the shelter, to really run through the process, ask your questions, make sure all of your paperwork is in place and you're ready to start your shadow days. Good morning, Barb. So this is really the next step after you've done pre-training. We also have some exciting news about pre-training. Pre-training is now an online course. Everybody worked really hard. If you were at the last final salute, you saw us taking videos and horsing around and doing all kinds of stuff. But instead of having to wait now to get to a pre-training date, you can take pre-training as an online course. So if you're interested in finding more out about pre-training or what your interest level is in the Salute team, even if you're not quite sure yet, you can take this online course. It's free. And kind of feel it out, get your questions answered. But you just need to reach out to Megan, who is our Salute team coordinator, and she'll get you access to the course and you can kind of walk through it, which I think is really great because then you can kind of do it in the comfort of your home and not feel pressured or have to wait for us to have a training.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to give you some of the facts and shape what the Salute team really does to give you an idea if it's something you want to move forward with. And then at that point, when you do an in-person training, that's where you're really going to get taught and, or reviewed. If it's something you maybe signed up for and did, but haven't actually been out there doing Salute training, you can come to one of these, like a refresher type training to say, oh, I actually have, a commitment of time now to be able to do this. But you're really going to get an opportunity to handle the letters that we have, see how the whole ceremony plays out. We're going to have each one of you go through and actually walk through it yourself in an environment that's non-judgmental and no pressure, and it's just us. So yeah. You can ask your questions, you can, learn, what the expectations are so you feel more comfortable being on the Salute team.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that we have learned over the course of the Salute team having built itself is we have our existing Salute team members giving you advice, giving you their best practices. So we're not dumping you in there cold. We know that this is a commitment for you to make this choice. So our existing Salute team members are there to kind of mentor you and let you shadow. So super cool. It's awesome. We've got some good audio in there and, you can see all the smiling faces of our Salute team members that are existing. So again, reach out to Megan, Megan at OhioWesternReserveLadies.org, and she can get you access to the link, or you can drop a comment here on this video at any time or any of our Salute team videos, and we'll get you access. All right, let's talk about Flight of the Flags.
How cool is this?
This is so fun. All right. So Flight of the Flags flew over the cemetery this last Monday. There's lots of photos, lots of videos. Flight of the Flags flies out of Liberty Aviation Museum, which is out near Port Clinton. But they fly funeral flags over a landmark. So in this case, they flew them over the cemetery. So if you are a service organization that would like to gather the funeral flags of your passed on veterans, you can work with Flight of the Flags. They will gather your flags, put them in the airplane, and then fly them over either a veteran monument or the cemetery or, if you have something special or meaningful, and then they return your flags to you. The one that flew over the cemetery on Friday had, I think, 4 or 5 service organizations in it. They also had the funeral flag of one of their philanthropic donors who is the wife of a veteran. She was interred at Ohio Western in January. Yes, she's a very, very sweet woman. We highlighted her on our social media. And it also happened to have a flag of my dad's. So it was super cool. They were very gracious in that they did a rifle volley when the planes came over. Barb and one of our existing rifle teams were there. They said it was super cool. Lots of people from Rittman saw the planes come over, and then they flew over all of the monuments in Lorain County on Monday.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so they had a long flight path, but you can set up a time for your service organization. If you have someone who's been interred at Ohio Western and you'd like your flag in a flight, all you have to do is go to flightoftheflags.org or reach out to Liberty Aviation Museum, and they can hook you up with that. Liberty Aviation Museum is super cool, though. So if you're looking for something fun to do over the summer with your kids, go out, check it out. There's a huge boat there. There's bicycles, there's planes. Becky, it's super cool. We might have to take our ladies.
I think there's going to be a road trip in our future. Yeah, I was just thinking that as well. I'm actually looking it up on socials right now.
It's super cool. And like I said, I couldn't be more thankful. My dad's flag was in there. And it's just, they want to honor veterans. And I think that that's just at the core of our mission. That's what we're doing and creating a community. So check them out, flightoftheflags.org. And hopefully there comes a point where we can see them fly over the cemetery again.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. We're coming up on our summer picnic. So just kind of some quick reminders. If you have not registered, please get on the website and tell us that you're coming. This is a family event. Bring your family. You guys told us you want to see each other outside of the cemetery, which we totally understand. Bring your friends that are interested in the group. Bring your family. But we are asking that you register. We're providing the hot dogs, the hamburgers, all the jazz, but you can bring a side dish according to your last name. There may potentially is going to be a cornhole tournament, so you can see all that online. And if you are a paid Ohio Western Reserve lady, there are gifts for you and such. So if you are registered, if you are a member, make sure you renew your membership. If you aren't a member yet, make sure you get on and take care of your membership. The membership renewal or sign up window is open, and lots of you have already done it. So please make sure we take care of that little tidbit before the September meeting so that you can also vote.
And that is on the 9th of August, correct?
Yes, I believe so. But for some reason, that date did not end up in our notes today. I believe you're correct.
I know that I have screwed up the date before, so I wanted to make sure. But yeah, August 9th, and that's at the Medina VFW.
Yes, for sure. And shout out to the Medina VFW because they've been crazy gracious to us for that. So
yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. We're looking forward to that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Note from Mrs. Baszler. There are tons of volunteer opportunities, starting with the Medina County Fair, for you to get out and volunteer for one of our tables or one of our stand downs. This is the sprint that we do every year where we're in all the counties. We start with Medina County Fair. They feed you, so get excited. But we start in Becky's County. Lily's always there showing her birds, but we start there and we go around to as many counties as we can get. And we're out talking about the No Veteran Buried Alone initiative, about putting veteran service organizations together, just all the things. But we need our ladies out manning those tables. Some of that is even at the Maps Museum, Summit County, like we're literally all over. So the ask is that you get on our website, get on the Sign Up Genius, and find out what dates and times and locations you can be. These are great. Like there is never an event where our ladies are not like, oh my God, we had so much fun.
And I think it's important to point out that, like, if you're sitting there thinking, well, I wouldn't know what to do, right? Like, I don't know how to run a table. It's really, you're really just telling a little bit about the organization, what we do, connecting people with resources. A lot of times we'll be able to answer some basic questions on burial or the National Cemetery. But we also speak to our salute team, ask people to get membership. We have usually some candy. Obviously, chocolate's not an option for the Medina County Fair.
Yeah, Becky still buys it every year, so don't worry, it'll be there.
I see the kisses in the red, white, and blue, and I get excited.
But
honestly, I think one of the best part is just the peopling, right? Like it's the people coming by, and it's the other organizations that have tables set up, and being able to say, like, what do you guys do? Oh my gosh, that's great. Let me give you my card. How can we help you? How can you help us? So I agree. Everybody walks away from these with a warm fuzzy. And, if it's something that you feel like you don't quite have a comfort level, you're not there alone. There's usually 2 to 4 people running the table. I pop in and out because I am there at the fair all day, specifically for the Medina County Fair. But once you get one under your belt, it's fun to come hang out. And if you can't do a whole day, couple hours, just let us know. That's understandable. And we're happy to work with you and have you there when you can be.
Yeah, and you're not selling anything. Like, I think that's the other thing too, we hear quite a bit. Like, we're literally just out there telling people, hey, this exists. And if you need a soft place to land, this is an option. Again, we're back to that community aspect, which we feel like we talk about a lot, but it's lacking in so many areas. The No Veteran Buried Alone initiative is really getting some traction. So we're just out there telling people, hey, this is here for you if you need it. And the ladies that are kind of our core group that are usually at every event will help you and coach you along so that you're comfortable and, like, we don't hang you out to dry and tell you to do the table on your own. So go sign up, check them out, find one that's in your backyard or on a date that works for you. And hopefully we, find some new people.
A lot of times, just like the Medina County Fair, it gets you into the fair. You get to go walk around the fair before or afterwards. Get you some fair food.
That's right.
Some of these events end up being out. That's how we first went out to the Maps Museum, right? Was events like this, and they're just cool venues and a great group of folks to be around.
100%. Yeah, for sure. All right, we kind of have a good big announcement, Becky.
We knew it's been coming, but it is here.
All right. So we are officially welcoming the Dayton National Cemetery Dayton Salute Team to Ohio Western Reserve ladies. I was not going to cry when we did this.
Really?
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
We talked a lot about we started this, and obviously this was something that was so far off our radar. I mean, we never imagined that this would be something that would set the example for other cemeteries in this way. But we couldn't be more excited to spread what we do to Dayton and help them be successful and grow. Oh,
yes. I know. I'm so sorry. I did not think that was coming. I'm so sorry. All right. So Kenya Lynch is going to run our Dayton team. She is the head of the Dayton VFW Auxiliary. She is an absolutely lovely woman, and they will be running the No Veteran Buried Alone initiative underneath us at Dayton National. And we will be doing their introduction night or information night towards the end of July. It's just going to be a great opportunity. This is the Dayton National Cemetery runs very closely to the Dayton VA, and the number of veterans being buried alone at Dayton National is way more than is happening at Ohio Western. They have a smaller cemetery, but they've been around longer. They also have more veterans being buried alone. So we want to fix this issue. They are so excited there. They were actively looking for a big project, and then we met Kenya. So we're so excited. Please welcome them when you see these posts start to go up. I guess I'm going to have to put more miles on my car. I don't know. It's going to be exciting, but please welcome them with open arms. We're excited to have them and get this off the ground and running. And like I said, we are successful, but the true all right. So, sewing projects. We're going to ask you if you have sewing projects that are complete to start turning them in. We mentioned this in our newsletter, but it's time. It's time to start turning them in. So if you can get them to the cemetery on a Tuesday, Barb will be at the cemetery and can pick them up, or you can drop them off to Barb, or you can bring them to me at my home. So if you send an email to Ohio Western Reserve Ladies at gmail.com and arrange drop off, that would be amazing. Then once we have everything gathered towards the end of July, we'll announce a drop off date at the veterans home that everybody can get together for and do that. We're asking to gather all of the completed projects. That'll be excited.
That's another project that has just taken off and done so well. And Kat and I had both said, I love this idea, and it's not me. And you guys took the reins and ran with it. Like, thank you for
Yeah.
everyone who's
Yeah.
contributed to that.
Yeah. It's awesome. All right, we have one other kind of just extension of a project from last year. We are going to be participating in Revs 22 again this year, which is the race to end veteran suicide in Lorain County. It's happening on November 14th this year, and it is in partnership with Dillon's Place, which is the Murph race that we also did last year. They happen to be just 2 days apart. They are one race this year. So we'll be participating in the Revs race. In preparation for that, we have launched What the Ruck, and it's on our Facebook page. You can find it. There's a picture of Becky and I and Becky's family and Renee's husband and all the things in all of our ruck gear from last year. And the point of that group is to promote all of our movement and preparation for a ruck. For those of you who maybe have not heard of what a ruck is before, it is either a 2.2 mile walk or a 11K, which is 6 mile walk or ruck, a weighted vest, to raise money to end veteran suicide is what this one is specifically. So our ask is, if you're out walking with your family or your friends or your dog or on the treadmill or whatever between now and November, you get in that group and tell us about it. If you have found Becky's dogs are super excited about rucking. If you find another ruck that people can participate in, post it in the group. But this is just about, again, building a community of women who, ladies or lads, who are promoting each other's health and wellness. We want to help other people, but we are the last ones to put the oxygen mask on ourselves. And also, we probably should not jump out there and walk 6 miles rack on without some preparation. So that's what the group's going to be about. And also, please mark your calendar for November 14th so you can plan to be at Revs 22 with all of us. Becky is a great rucker, as is her husband and her daughter. So hello, Miss Nancy. So we're hoping everybody is there with the ruck pack. We'll get you your patch ready to go. Becky is going to wear something other than those horrible boots that give her blisters, though, this year.
Every time. And I also don't do a lot of prep. I'm notorious for that. So I'm looking forward to having a little bit more structured prep getting into it.
It's going to be great. I just bought 11 more pounds on my vest.
Ooh.
So I upped my vest weight last week. So y'all get ready. Get ready.
Bringing it.
So, okay. All right. Well, the next time we're going to do this, by the way, we said this was a short agenda and we're at 25 minutes. So next live is August 7th. Again, I hope everyone has a safe, happy holiday. Keep all your fingers and toes. From my fireman husband, he would appreciate it if you don't do anything that is against your moral compass. And, enjoy celebrating our country. We're super appreciative for all of you.
Absolutely. Be safe. Happy birthday, America. Happy 250th. Go enjoy your barbecues, family, friends, and fireworks. And I'll echo the please be safe from my nurse brain. But we will see you guys soon.
Bye, everybody. Happy 4th.